this team in Chicago is going to be playing meaningful games in December. And I think the expectations for both individual performance and team success is the highest it's been for a number one quarterback since the Colts took Andrew Luck. He's that talented of a physical talent. The team around him, both in the offensive line and skill group, is such a significant upgrade over the past couple of years. Top 7, top 8 skill group in their conference, and that defense is probably going to play to a top 8 defense in the league. Yeah, the expectation for performance is going to be similar to what Andrew Luck did his rookie year.
You're an idiot and a scammer.
Bruh, talk about stupid takes being made on ESPN. Once again, Dan Orlovsky was proven wrong about a take on a young quarterback. This is Sports Guy talking that you guys are watching and listening to. I am Dustin Tran, your host, as I am here today to talk about how Caleb Williams has officially hit rock bottom for the Bears. Caleb Williams has been sacked 67 times this season. In fact, the Bears have now lost 10 straight games as they are now 4-12 on the season. Before I say anything else though, I want to present you guys with the topic question. So here it is. What went wrong in the development of Caleb Williams? Honestly, there were a bunch of factors that went wrong in the development of Caleb Williams. There was not a single reason why Caleb Williams ended up becoming the player that he is today. It is because the Bears had a poor coaching staff around Caleb Williams. They fired their offensive coordinator in season. Now they end up having Thomas Brown call the plays. As a Panthers fan, I've seen firsthand how a Thomas Brown offense looks. It is absolutely horrible. Thomas Brown should not be anywhere near young quarterbacks. This guy promoted himself as a quarterback developer, but honestly, he is a quarterback wrecker. All he does is make us quarterbacks worse. I've seen what he has done with Caleb Williams. He has turned Caleb Williams into a sack machine. All Caleb Williams does in today's NFL is take sacks. And imagine if Caleb Williams didn't have the weapons that he had in Chicago. He's got DJ Moore. He's got Keenan now. He's got Odunze. He's got Cole Kmet. He's got DeAndre Swift. He's got all these weapons on the Chicago Bears. What did the mainstream media tell us before the season started? This was the best situation a number one overall pick has ever entered into his NFL career, and this has been anything but that. The offensive line has been horrible for the Chicago Bears. Now granted, half of those sacks have been because Caleb Williams has been holding on to the ball too long. He's not willing to take the check down. He wants to scramble around, make plays outside the pocket, and obviously that's leading to Caleb Williams getting sacked a lot. He's also getting hit a lot. A lot of people are complaining that Caleb Williams is taking too many hits, but a lot of these hits have been self-inflicted on Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams needs to do a better job getting rid of the football quicker. At the NFL level, these defensive linemen move a lot faster than they do in college. At USC, Caleb Williams was able to get away with holding the ball for 10 seconds because he was able to scramble around and make plays knowing that he was the better athlete compared to the opposing defense. But at the NFL level, every player on defense is an elite athlete compared to the average human being. And also, you have to remember, offensive linemen like to protect quarterbacks that are likable. Caleb Williams is not a likable quarterback. Therefore, the Chicago Bears offensive line are not going to do everything in their power to protect Caleb Williams at its best. That's going to happen when you have a starting quarterback that paints his fingernails as a hobby. These offensive linemen for the Chicago Bears know what Caleb Williams is all about, and they don't care about protecting Caleb Williams. If they cared about protecting Caleb Williams, then they wouldn't let him get sacked 67 times. Caleb Williams also has poor pocket presence. He doesn't understand when a rush is coming to him. The only solution Caleb Williams has to a fast pass rush is to start dancing around in the pocket and start scrambling right or scrambling left and just making a play with the ball in his hands. Only 2 guys have been able to get sacked over 70 times. Those names are David Carr and Randall Cunningham. The coaching staff failed Caleb Williams because they didn't get the offensive coordinator position right. They hired an offensive coordinator and then fired him basically 2 months into his tenure because he didn't get along with the head coach. Shane Waldron was scapegoated as the offensive coordinator of the Bears. I'm not here to say Shane Waldron was a good offensive coordinator, but what I am here to say about Shane Waldron was that he was definitely scapegoated. Matt Eberflus was the problem on the Chicago Bears. They never should have kept him to begin with. They should have hired somebody like Ben Johnson in the offseason to get their offense fixed. And also, if you wanted to go defensive minded, you could have hired somebody like Mike Vrabel. The good news for both of those guys is that they are still available for the Bears to go ahead and hire, but we'll see if the Chicago Bears even go in that direction. Either way though, it's not looking good for the Bears franchise. I also want to show you guys this clip of Nick Wright predicting the Chicago Bears to make a Super Bowl run with Caleb Williams this season. It was a clown take at the time. I clowned Nick Wright for making that statement back in August, and now it sounds even worse taking a re-listen to it. I want you guys to also listen to it as well. Roll the film.
everyone knows where I stand and where we stand.
Officially going
So
up.
I am here to say, after a long courtship, a few lovely dates, and a really transcendent weekend, I'm ready to move from the flirtation stage to the commitment stage. And I am picking the Chicago Bears and Caleb Williams to win the NFC and to be a rookie quarterback representative in the Super Bowl.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people clown on mainstream media, particularly Nick Wright. He predicted the Chicago Bears to make the Super Bowl, and they are going to be finishing in dead last in their division. They're going to be one of the worst teams in football this year. The Chicago Bears were a 7-win team last year. A lot of people thought that they would have made a major improvement. A lot of people kept telling me, oh, I'm hating on Caleb Williams. Why am I predicting the Chicago Bears to go 5-12? Well, guess what? The Chicago Bears are 4-12 right now, and they're probably not going to get win number 5 this year. They're probably going to finish the year with a 4-13 record. So for the guys that were trying to tell me that I was hating on Caleb Williams, you guys want to try again and take shots on my channel and say that I'm an idiot, because I definitely called the downfall of the Chicago Bears. I said before the season that the Chicago Bears were going to finish dead last in the NFC North division. I said that the Packers, Lions, and Vikings would all have better seasons than the Bears. Obviously, I was proven right about that. Caleb Williams has not been a good rookie quarterback compared to his rookie peers. You look at how Jaden Daniels has been balling out in Washington. He doesn't really have a lot of receivers to work with outside of Terry McLaurin, but he's still finding a way to win football games. I've been incredibly impressed with what Jaden Daniels has been doing on the Washington Commanders. And then you also look at what Bo Nix is doing on the Denver Broncos. He's doing pretty good himself. I'm not saying that Bo Nix is an elite quarterback. I don't even think Bo Nix will be that good in the long term, but Bo Nix is a better quarterback than Caleb Williams right now. And how about Drake May for the New England Patriots? The man has been given absolutely nothing to work with. He has an offensive line that's even worse than the Chicago Bears offensive line, and he has no weapons whatsoever. His number one receiver on the Patriots right now might be Demario Douglas. I guarantee you guys that nobody ever heard of Demario Douglas before this year for the New England Patriots. Demario Douglas would be the wide receiver 4 on the Chicago Bears. Caleb Williams has not been set up in a perfect situation, but he has not been necessarily set up for failure. Some areas did fail him indeed, but when I pointed that out at the time in August, I got a lot of criticism and pushback for saying that. So Caleb Williams fanboys don't get to use that excuse now, because I said that back in August, and you guys told me that Caleb Williams was set up for success and that he was a generational talent. I told you guys that Caleb Williams' coaching staff was going to cause Caleb Williams to be a worse player, and that's exactly what has happened. It's pretty clear Caleb Williams has officially hit rock bottom after yesterday's loss against the Seahawks. Their defense holds the Seahawks offense to 6 points. Anytime you have a defense that holds a team to 6 points, you should be able to win that game 10 times out of 10, but Caleb Williams could not do it because he couldn't generate offense whatsoever. I know the offensive line for the Bears was not good whatsoever, but Caleb Williams still has to find a way to not take sacks and at least throw the ball away. If Caleb Williams wasn't so worried about his completion percentage, then the sacks issue wouldn't be holding the Bears back. Caleb Williams holds onto the ball too long. He doesn't necessarily have the it factor in him. He's not a great leader of men. I see the way how these players respond to Caleb Williams in the huddle. They don't respect Caleb Williams. They don't like playing for Caleb Williams. And obviously these offensive linemen are thinking, yeah, let's go ahead and get finger paint and nail man busted onto the ground because we don't respect his feminine like mentality. I see Caleb Williams is constantly crying, constantly complaining. And when you have a franchise quarterback that is acting the way Caleb Williams is acting, you're not going to win a lot of football games. I don't care the amount of weapons that you could stack onto one team. If you have a quarterback that is not a natural born leader and also holds onto the ball too long, a recipe for disaster is going to happen. It's really that simple. So that is why Caleb Williams was destined to fail for the Bears as a rookie quarterback in the NFL. Remember, go ahead and subscribe to Sports Guy Talking, like the video, and please comment down below. If you guys do that, I may shout you guys out in my Instagram story every Monday. That will be for the @DustinAsTran Instagram account. Make sure to follow me on Instagram @DustinAsTran, and that's Sports Guy Talking. Also, go follow me on Twitter @DustinAsTran. Again, go ahead and do those things that I just told you guys to go do. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the content that was just produced. Peace out. I hope you enjoyed that video. Want more Sports Guy Talking, the home of great sports content? Make sure you click that subscribe button to get the latest from Sports Guy Talking. Go ahead and like the video, comment down below, check the description box on the video in order to follow my Instagram and Twitter. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from the YouTube channel, Sports Guy Talking.